Hey yo guys, how are you doing? If you are a fan of Ninja Gaiden, you know that we've been fighting for our lives to get a new Ninja Gaiden game, but Team Ninja is ignoring our requests for years now. So it's up to other developers to deliver the skill-based challenge we've all been yearning for. And if you have been into challenging games, From Software is a familiar name. They are well known for taking their time and delivering well-crafted gameplay combined with intricate level design and in-depth storytelling. And their newest title, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, checks all the boxes on my Ninja Gaiden must-have checklist. So is Sekiro the new Ninja Gaiden game we always wanted? On this channel we have been wondering for a while now on how to make the perfect new Ninja Gaiden game. And From Software, best known for their Souls games and Bloodborne, created a new beast that wants to be slayed. After Dark Souls 3 nearly broke me with its final boss.
Yo, shit! What the fuck was that? No! Wow! No! He got all his lives back!
I decided to return to their newest game set in feudal Japan, and I'm glad I did, because it is everything I hoped for. But what makes Sekiro so special and different than other Souls games? What makes it feel new and fresh for returning Dark Souls and Ninja Gaiden players? So today we're gonna talk about what Sekiro means for a future Ninja Gaiden game. We're gonna take an in-depth look at what makes this game so great and compare it to the classic Ninja Gaiden games. So as always, grab yourself some pizza and a coffee, kick back and make yourself comfortable, and let's Goomba stomp some samurai goons. For the first time in a long while, I found myself at the receiving end of a sword. I was getting my butt kicked time and time again. Even as a Ninja Gaiden veteran, Sekiro was hard. Skill-based gameplay, lightning-fast attacks that have to be deflected, and a well-balanced difficulty curve. I really enjoyed my time with Sekiro. The challenge was there again, and you truly had to get good. I felt like a casual again, working and raging my way up the ranks. And it seems like a lot of casuals already returning their copies. I would even argue some Souls veterans will have their problems with Sekiro, because early on there is no way you can outlevel enemies or summon a friend to help you out during boss fights. You truly have to get good, and I'm loving it. Sekiro is a nearly perfect Ninja Gaiden game in the Souls universe. It perfectly captures the feel of the From Software classics while adding something new to the table. And I'm not just talking about the jump button, praise the sun for that. No, From Software went full Ninja Gaiden. It's such a breath of fresh air for Souls fans, and yet it feels so familiar to Ninja Gaiden fanboys. I could cry some happy tears, but I'm already crying salty ones. So that's that. But not just the gameplay change, the way the story is presented got upgraded too.
Well, would you look at that? Fascinating. Will you join me, starving wolf?
The biggest evolution to the Souls formula happened with its storytelling. The emotional stakes have been risen. Not only did From Software up their storytelling game, they combined it with a gameplay mechanic. It's great to see From Software really taking the challenge and improving their traditional storytelling mechanics that have been well established in the Soulsborne saga and going the extra mile in Sekiro. Other than previous From Software games, which were more about finding the backstory and lore by reading item descriptions and watching YouTube videos, in Sekiro the story is told more or less straightforward. We finally have a few worded protagonist with a personality and a story arc. The world feels less distant, while keeping the player intrigued with the well-known air of mystery around every From Software game. We learn more about the backstory of certain NPC characters too, have a drink with them, and learn about their motivations and goals. The interplay between story and gameplay is masterfully done, and raises the price of failure too. This time, when you die twice, you lose half of your XP and money, and on top of that, NPCs can get affected with a disease called Dragon Rot, so you're not just fighting for yourself, you are trying to save the people around you as well. This is a very interesting new mechanic that worked really well for me. Gamers that tend to care for a good story and well-written characters will be even more invested in the plot, and that will affect them on an emotional level now. The story overall had those Ninja Gaiden 1 vibes. While it's pretty basic, good guys, bad guys, they fight each other, it was told in such a compelling way. In true ninja fashion, Sekiro, the main protagonist, gets his arm cut off after the first mission, which gets replaced by a prosthetic arm. Where have I seen this lately? Never mind. This is where we grapple hook our way into the meat of this video, the comparison of Ninja Gaiden and Sekiro's gameplay mechanics.
My name is Kyobu Masataka Oniwa! As I breathe, you will not pass the vessel gate! Forgive
Sekiro feels like the natural progression of the Ninja Gaiden formula. Since Ninja Gaiden Black is my favorite game in the series, we are focusing on the first game in the reboot series and compare the mechanics to Sekiro. As I said, it hits all the right boxes on my Ninja Gaiden 4 checklist. First of all, the animations are super fluid and the hitbox design seems to work pixel precise. But the most important thing in a Ninja Gaiden-like game is the swordplay. While Ryo had a wide variety of weapons, in Sekiro you have one arm wielding a sword, but thanks to an old geezer who is into sake and carving prosthetic arms, you can upgrade your lost limb with some fine attachments and firecrackers. At first this sounded a bit underwhelming, but as you start to unlock more and more prosthetic tools, the combat opens up and the fun starts. Most enemies are weak to certain attacks, and the combat is quite diverse throughout the 30 to 50 hours you spend on your first playthrough. The swordplay and the fighting mechanics are just amazing, and it is really rewarding when you finally kill a boss. Welcome to Wax City, Lady Butterfly! The combat design is just excellent. There is a constant rising difficulty, mixed with a great variety of enemies. It keeps the challenge and tension up throughout the whole game. In true Ninja Gaiden fashion, even the standard foot soldiers can mess you up good, and if you end up fighting a group of them or don't get the timing right, you will end up on the receiving end of the sword. It feels so good to have a mechanically great sword fighting game again. As a Ninja Gaiden fan, I had some difficulties getting into Sekiro first, because the blocking works a bit differently. While blocking in Ninja Gaiden cancels out your attack, meaning you instantly block when you press the right button. In Sekiro, the attacks stack up, and you can't cancel by a block. So you have to make sure you press the attack button only as often as you want to execute it. But after some time I managed to adapt. The unique thing that Sekiro adds to the table is the grappling hook. I mean, a grappling hook makes every game instantly 100% better. And what the grappling hook does too is it opens up the game vertically. It gives you a ton of new gameplay and combat options. And on top of that, Sekiro added some sneaking mechanics. I mean, we have seen sneaking mechanics in Ninja Gaiden 3, but we don't really talk about that game here on my channel. So we pretend that Sekiro did it first. Sneaking up on enemies will grant you the opportunity of getting a stealth kill, also known as a death blow, so when you plunge your sword into an enemy's back, head or chest, you will hear this satisfying sound cue and instantly take them down. And if you played the classic Ninja Gaiden games, you will see a lot of similar themes in Sekiro's level design. Burning villages, huge family estates with paper walls, wall jumping up a well, it is all there. Also, a lot of the missions play in broad daylight. While this is not the ninja way of doing things, it's still a very cool setting for the different levels. Something that we haven't seen often in Souls or Ninja Gaiden games, which changes the atmosphere completely. From Software really nailed the art style and the aesthetic of this setting. Sekiro is nearly perfect, and yes, I said nearly perfect. As always, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Starting off with some of the attack animations. They are serious bullshit. First of all, we have nearly unavoidable grab attacks. As good as the hitboxes are for the sword and arrow attacks, the grab attacks are just crazy. Like seriously, this ogre, one of the first bosses in the game, comes homing in like a heat-seeking missile, and the grab seems to get me even when I'm a few feet away. In a game where dodging bullets and arrows and sword strikes is pixel perfect, this nonsense nearly ruins everything. And some archers and gun-wielding enemies must have a sniper scope because they can hit you across the map. But getting hit off screen is nothing new to veterans of Ninja Gaiden. While there is a discussion going on that Sekiro needs an easy mode, I'd say it already is easier than Ninja Gaiden. In Ninja Gaiden, there was no classic leveling system. You could unlock new moves by leveling up your weapons. In Sekiro, you can upgrade your attack power, vitality and posture later in the game, and even exchange your skill points for attack power in the late game. While I doubt that many layman gamers make it this far, the players that overcome the initial challenge will be rewarded with an easier mode if they intend to upgrade their basic skills. There are some helpful tutorials in the hub area of the game too that I highly recommend to perfect your techniques. To get the most out of the combat, take full advantage of the training area and the low level enemies. Keep grinding a bit because Sekiro is all about timing. It's like a dance, a very fast dance with demons wielding swords and trying to kill you. But if you ride the beat like a madman, you will take down enemies left and right.
Impressive, Shinobi of the Divine Heir. You deserve better.
From Software innovated the classic Ninja Gaiden Black gameplay we've all grown to love. And if Twitter and Reddit are anything to go by, then gamers were starving for a true Ninja Gaiden-like challenge. That positive feedback on Sekiro really fills my eyes with tears. I hope Team Ninja sees this and finally wakes up. Because From Software did it again, they really nailed the Ninja Gaiden gameplay feel this time. And if Sekiro shows one thing, then that a company that once made Dark Souls 2 can get back on their feet and make amazing games. This is the first time since Ninja Gaiden 2 that I feel we're getting close to the experience we had back in the day. Finally, a game that relies on the same mechanics that made Ninja Gaiden great and adds some new twists and turns to the formula, its own unique spin. And I love it. So if you ever wondered what a Souls game would feel like with Ninja Gaiden mechanics, Sekiro is the game for you. The stealth is a bit simple and underdeveloped, but overall it's an amazing experience. I wish some of the controls were a bit more Ninja Gaiden-like, for example the blocking and deflecting, but with a little bit of planning ahead, the fights still work out in your favor. And the one thing I love about From Software games, there is no bullshit when it comes to DLC, microtransactions and stuff like that. The game comes out and it's finished, it just works. Overall, I'm really happy with Sekiro. If you want a true feudal Japan Ninja Gaiden experience, Sekiro is the game for you. So are you ready for the challenge?
Oh shit, here we go again.
But what do you think? Have you played Sekiro? What are your thoughts on the game? Is this the future for Ninja Gaiden? Other companies making better Ninja Gaiden-like games than Team Ninja? Let me know what's your hot take on Ninja Gaiden 4 in the comments down below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, kick the like button, sharing is caring, and subscribe. But most importantly, have a great day and get the kick out of gaming.